Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody. I'm Preacher Moss, host of the ShOUT show, the SOS. Man, do you feel good? I feel good. You know why? Because we made it to yet another Friday. All praises due to Allah that we're here together. And you know, brothers and sisters, you know what Fridays are here on, of course, the SOS. It's Friday Funnies. So this theme, if you will, is basically when people don't learn. You know that there are issues about learning disabilities and things like that, and that's all natural. That falls into the spectrum of education. But sometimes people just don't learn. They just don't want to learn. Whether it's childcare, whether it's this, it's that, whether it's politics, whether it's war, whether it's crime, people just don't learn. And here's the killer part: we spend more money trying to educate people on their choices than we do on actually putting them in situations where they have to learn from their choices. You know, when I was a kid, I remember things my mom said to me. She didn't say them a whole lot, maybe one or two times. Remember this? Hey, put your gloves on before you go outside. Remember that when you were a kid? Put your gloves. I don't want to put my gloves on. Put your gloves on. Remember you ain't put your gloves on when you came back in the house? Your hands were frostbitten? That was mama telling you, you're stupid. You don't know what you're doing. Listen to somebody who has better common sense. A lot of people don't do that. I'm being honest, bro. Just remember when you were kids, your parents would tell you a certain amount of times not to do something. Stop all that running around in the house. Somebody gonna get hurt. Stop all that running around the house. Somebody's gonna. They told you to stop, and they told you what could potentially happen if you didn't listen. And there was always some kid, a cousin, a brother, a sister that fell and bust their stuff. And then went to their mother, holding their eye or their elbow or the top of their head. And what my mama say, you learned now, didn't you? What happened to that, brothers and sisters? That kind of tough love where you just said, yeah. I always laugh at the good old George Lopez joke about kids running and Latino kids running and falling down. What did Latino parents said? Run faster. We have gotten away from the fact that we put our kids in these kid gloves. Say what you're going to say. I remember being with a friend of mine who was a little bit mouthy. Someone told him, someone in his life, that he was a tough guy. He wasn't a tough guy. He could not crush a grape with a sledgehammer. And one day we were out and he decided to pick a fight with a guy. And the guy said, hey, man, I don't want any problems. Now, let me preface this by saying that the guy was probably two sizes bigger than him, sitting down. My point was, he kept going after this guy. And here we are, a group of guys going, hey, man, he's not afraid of you. He's giving you a pass, a PASS pass. Whatever he has to do right now, he's more focused on that than really stomping you out. And you know what my friend said? Oh, he gonna act like he gonna ignore me. No, he's not trying to act like he's ignoring you. He is ignoring you because the other side of that coin is he gonna smash you and anybody you came with. What did my friend say? What, you got a problem with me? Da-da-da. When the guy finished standing up, and it seemed like it took like 2-3 minutes for him to stand all the way. You ever seen those cranes, brothers and sisters, that open up and like that? So my man opened up and he looked like a human giraffe. And I never seen somebody get knocked out this way. But he prefaced it by saying, before he knocked my friend out, hey man, I told you I didn't want to tell you I didn't want any problems. And this is what I thought was sweet. He said, I must have told you at least 2, 3, 4 times. It was probably 4 times, but he counted off 2, 3, 4 times. And then he made a fist 2, 3, 4 times. That's a fist, brothers and sisters. If you leave the thumb out, if you go reverse 2, 3, 4 times, that's a fist. I've never seen somebody get knocked out by being punched at the top of their head. And that's what happens when people don't learn. Now, I'm not here to poke fun at people. You know, we have our own different ways. We believe things. We have religious beliefs. We have our own cultural beliefs. We have social beliefs. We believe that we know. But there is a thing, brothers and sisters, about people who just don't learn. They don't learn. You know, they just don't learn. The reality is in front of them. They don't learn. You know, I'm going to talk about this, but let's go ahead and get the show started. And this is about when people don't learn. Let's roll. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, everybody. You know who I am? I'm Preacher Moss, comedian extraordinaire. However, this Labor Day, I won't be that guy. You know who I'll be? Mr. Isna. That's right. We're celebrating the 2021 Isna Virtual Conference going down on Labor Day, brothers and sisters. We got speakers. We got entertainment. All we need is you. It's going to be like a big old pot of gumbo. We just need to put you in there. So listen. Don't wait. Don't even worry about registration because it's free. Make sure that you're going to be there on the 4th and the 5th. I'll be looking for you virtually. And believe me, I understand what you're thinking of. You're looking at the screen going, this is going to be an incredible conference. But my goodness, Preacher Moss, that's one good-looking Muslim. See you there. So I hope you are making your reservations to join us at the 58th 2021. I want to say it's a virtual convention this year, which will be held on your computer and Wi-Fi and telephones and applicable apps. So I wanted to talk about this whole thing. Now, here I have this thing, brothers and sisters, about children. I believe if you don't teach children young, they won't learn. If you indulge in certain activity, exercises, I believe even if at a young age you talk to your kids like they're equals, you are doomed for failure as a parent. You're going to have some issues. I'm not going to say it's going to go all bad, brothers and sisters, but I'm like, you're going to have some issues. Now, people say, Preacher Moss, you coming from an old philosophy. I am coming from an old philosophy. I come from philosophy where, hell, I don't think I talked around adults for real till I was like 11 or 12. And now you have kids that are not only talking to their parents, but they're debating their parents. I went out and pulled this old clip off the internet. Now, brothers and sisters, I don't know how this worked out because this young man talking to his parents is not 15 years old, 25 years old, 30 years old. He's not even 10 years old. He's not even 7 years old. In this clip, this young man is 3 years old having a conversation with his mother. Now, the framework of this conversation, his mother told the boy he couldn't have cupcakes. Now, all of us knowing growing up, if mom told us we couldn't have cupcakes, that meant what? We couldn't have cupcakes. Now, some of us may have tried to get the cupcakes and later not admit to the crime that it happened. But this kid got caught. Now, I'm going to say something. This kid got caught. Normally, we will, if we didn't get caught eating the cupcakes, then we will fabricate something. We all been there, you know what I'm saying? But this young man not only is debating his mother, but he's trying to make a legal case. How do you make a legal case when you're 3 years old? First of all, how do you listen to a 3-year-old make a legal case about the theft or potential theft of cupcakes? I'm going to show y'all. Now, I'm going to put it out here real clear, folks, because a lot of people don't understand. You know, this is funny to me. I'm going to say hopefully it's funny to you, but it's definitely funny to me. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the kid, as he kept talking, he kept getting confidence. So if this has ever happened to y'all, and shout out to my main man Bilal, we're going to get into the shout out family here in a minute. This is what happens when you don't teach your kids early that you are the adult and they are silent, quiet, unless they are spoken to. Let's get to it. This is little Mateo.
time. Listen to me. Like I do this all the time. And if I go out at the house or to the door, Matthew has his toys, and then Matthew has all his toys.
Okay, but I have to yell at you guys.
Okay, Linda, listen, Linda. Listen.
Okay, what?
Like everything they do at this house, you can't trust everything at Grandma's house.
Okay.
Okay, then what?
Then you're not listening to me.
Then you're not listening to me.
I asked you not to do something.
Linda, but listen to me. Look at, if we do something, if you get that bird thing off, you're gonna break it.
Okay, but I'm letting you know but that you cannot.
Linda, lick it.
You're not listening to me.
Linda,
listen to me now. Listen to me now.
Listen to me.
No, you're not listening. I said no cupcakes, and you try to get cupcakes, and you try to ask Grandma.
Linda,
didn't you?
Linda, lick it. If we do something right out, if you get close, you can't even get them. They're gonna burn your butt.
What's gonna burn your butt? No. You and Kevin don't listen, so I have to give both of you guys pop-pows in your butt.
But Linda, Grandpa's gonna give you pop-pows in the butt.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
I have to. You don't want me to hit Kevin, or you don't want me to spank you?
No.
Why?
Because anybody wants to spank me.
Then I have to spank Kevin.
But he's my little pop-ups.
He's your little pop-ups, but he doesn't listen.
Okay, let's break this down. He is 3. She is grown. Grandma is somewhere in the place. Let me replay this for you. I'm going to re-script this for you. If it was a black family in 1972. Okay. It was a black mom, a black child. Okay. Black mom. First line. I know damn well you didn't get them cupcakes. And the child. Huh? The parent. I know you didn't get no cupcakes because you got them cupcakes. I'm going to get in your... And then the kid goes, well, they didn't look like cupcakes when I ate them. And then the mother goes, here's a big one right here. You probably heard this line. So you must think I'm a fool, huh? Right there, brothers and sisters. It flips. Let me give you the subtitles. Hello, 911. It's about to be a homicide over cupcakes. Somebody's going to die over baked goods. Okay. So let me, here you go. So I'm going to let this run because
honey, look at this. Right now, they can't do anything if we can't get everything out of the wall. If we're going to break everything down.
I'm not breaking anything down. I'm just letting you know you cannot have cupcakes for dinner.
Linda, like this thing, I never belong to you. Anything, they can't get anything and anything.
I'm done arguing with you.
I'm not arguing with you.
You need to listen to the things that I say because I'm the mom and I'm the adult.
Listen to me all the time.
Okay. Here's the big one. How many times did he call his mom Linda? Linda, honey. Ooh, boy. You know, this makes you mad about how your parents raised you. Because we didn't get away with none of that. Mama. Look, we're going to use all the proper nouns. Mama, mommy, mama. This boy, Linda. And then he goes, honey. I'm like, this boy is living the life. He is living the life. Okay, now let me tell y'all how this is how society works. Okay. Now you would think that we may not have seen him. He was 3 in this video. We may not have seen him for a year because that's how long the swelling would have had to go down. You need a year for the swelling to go down, just on the backside. But here's my point though. He's not even worried about it. Now, before I show that, let's get to our folks in the shout out room, please. Want to give a shout out. I shout out anybody's coming on the show for the first time. I'm just telling you, brothers and sisters, it's all good. We appreciate you. But I got to shout out my people that come here all the time. So let me do that first. I appreciate it. Let me get my thing up. Okay, here we go. We got Sister Reed. Sister Reed, you know you got a big weekend. I think this is weekend number 3 at the International Market, 239 Greens Road, Houston, Texas, 11 to 7. We don't know what your menu is, but shout it out. We'll put it up. Continue success with that. Also, I want to give a shout out to my main man, Ahmed Khatib, who is actually had to bury his grandfather. His uncle in Southern California. Shout out to him. And also shout out to my main man, Zafar Chaudhry, whose mother and father contracted COVID, and they're in the New York, New Jersey area. So make sure we put up some prayers for them. Also, our other sick and shut-ins, I want to make sure Sister Nancy Mustafa feel better, Sister Lorraine feel better, Kendrick Sanders feel better, and of course, our beloved Miss Eleanor, please feel better. If anybody else has somebody that needs some dua, some prayers, well wishes, put them in the comments section. All right. So, Sister Reed, we've shouted you out about the market. Altaf, Rashid, our Canadian ambassador. Brother, I hope you understand. I hope you have. Does anybody have any comments on this kid, little Mateo? Because he's 3 years old, and I think he lived to see 4. I hope he did, because it just didn't happen. This didn't happen. And the mother doesn't learn. The mother is the one who just didn't learn. You can't keep talking to a 3-year-old. What conversation can you possibly have with a 3-year-old? Are you talking about paying bills, mortgage? Are you talking about current events? No. A 3-year-old is talking about cupcakes. Switch your table. Stop talking about cupcakes. Stop talking about discipline. Listen to the rules. And don't ever, in the words of Outkast, ever let your child call you by your first name. That is a downhill slope, brothers and sisters. Can't let your kids call you by your first name. Have them call you by your title. All right. Next up. Oh, Reed said we got shrimp poor boy with 7-Up pound cake with a drink, $12. There you go. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Adam, my main man, my partner in crime when I come to Toronto. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for dropping off on the show. Adam, what do you feel about 3-year-old kids that call their parents by their first name and call their moms honey? Let me know. Next up. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, little brother. I actually did a scripted version of what should have happened with this little exchange here. As soon as JT, I don't know. JT, Satana, we got Bilal. How many of y'all ever call your parents by their first name? I ain't called my mother by her first name even when she wasn't in the room. I don't know how he made a whole video. Linda. I'm like, okay, brother. He's living the life. JT, thank you for coming on the show. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bilal, my main man, my homie from the West Coast, Oaktown. OG, what's going on, brother? Thank you so much for coming on the show. All right, man, be careful while you're driving. I saw you post, you went live in the masjid during Juma. I peeped it, man. I peeped it. Much love to you and the family, man. Look, Bilal has 5 children. I'll ask him, Bilal, if you're still on, have any of your children ever called you by your first name, starting at the age of 3? That's all I'm going to ask. That's all, Satana. If that's happened to you, let me know. I don't even think, I couldn't even talk. I don't even call my aunts and uncles by their first name. You got to put the title in front. If it's a Frank, it's Uncle Frank. If it's a Dottie, it's Aunt Dottie. It's an Aunt Ruth. It's an Aunt Dud. It's an Aunt May. It's Uncle T. It's Uncle Charles. Uncle June. Uncle Earl. You got to put the title in front of it, because if you don't, they won't get upset, but your parents will kill you. I'm telling you. All right. Satana, what you got for me here? Okay, Satana says, why like my salon for two avocado? Absolutely. Grandma empowered little Mateo. Well, I'm gonna have little Mateo and grandma out. I'm putting them up out the house because you can't be doing that. You just can't be calling me by my first name. Ain't but I feel like Birdman. You better put some respect on my name. 3 years old calling that. And here's the deal, brothers and sisters. Oh, wait a minute. I missed the rest of Ree's menu. So she got shrimp poor boy with 7 up pound cake with a drink for $12. And she's got a chicken Philly with cake and drink $10. Reed, talk to me about that chicken Philly. I'm putting my order early. Satana, you want a chicken Philly? Chicken Philly's for everybody on the show today. Everybody getting a chicken Philly. We gotta ship it to you. Getting a chicken Philly and but what about the 7 up pound cake for the chicken Philly? Reed, I feel like you're cheating me now. Is that the regular cake? Get the 7 up pound cake. Get it right. Okay. So let me flip this on a little bit more. Okay. Let me flip this on a little bit more. So I'm actually going to. I'm thinking this kid got punished. I think he got a little trouble. Mama set him straight. But no. This little man winds up on Ellen. Brothers and sisters, that video I showed you, I think it's got 6 million views. I'm like, what kind of world are we living in? Can you imagine 3-year-old kids getting together and having a meeting? Go, you know what, everybody? We need to start calling our mothers and fathers and grandmothers by their first name. And maybe we can get a deal on TV. That's what I'm saying. Although said when they asked me in school what my parents' name were, I say mom and dad. You didn't even say their real names, their legal names. The teacher, Althoff said, I know my dad's full name, but to you, it's mom and dad. I'm not mad at you, brother. So here's the deal. In the end, the kid gets rewarded, not by the mothers, about these cupcakes, brothers and sisters. As I will show you, here's a crime that just gets worse.
That's you on top. And you're gonna go on a weekend spa retreat is what you need. And you so the show is over, but we asked Linda and Matthew to join us at the end of the show again because you're staying. So who lives in the house? You stay with your parents.
Yes.
And
so us four.
And yeah. With your parents,
yes.
Because your husband is working and he's going to school at the same time. What's he going to school for?
He's going for a mechanic, but he's trying to get his bachelor's away as well. So that's part of it.
So that's a lot of hours.
Yes.
Yeah. And you're living with your folks, which has got to be hard.
Yep.
So our friends at Shutterfly want to give you a check for $10,000 to help you.
Riley.
Yeah, okay. All right. So not only did he not get disciplined, he goes viral, and he goes on a show, a national show with millions of viewers. He gets loads of cupcakes that are probably way better than the ones he was petitioning for at his house, custom cupcakes. I think those cupcakes are probably like $8 a cupcake. He got $2,700 worth of cupcakes, then get disciplined. The mother stand up there looking goofy like a slippery banana. She gets a trip to the spa. The father's not around. They live at her parents' house. Where does this thing end? Where does it end? And that's all I'm saying, brothers. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. It normally doesn't turn out like that. And when you don't learn, usually you wind up in a bad place. A bad place. So I found a situation where maybe this young man didn't learn. I don't know all the merits of his situation, but he winds up in court. I guess this is real TV, brothers and sisters. And the only thing I had to say, and I hate about our brothers going to court, but I'm looking at the mom going, what in the world are you talking about? Like, what are you saying? First of all, The math says that he's getting sentenced during COVID. That's number one. And number two is it's just not a good situation. But I'm gonna let it roll, brothers and sisters, because this is real life. All right, real life. So allow me to just bring this up. Here you go.
If it please court, Your Honor, if you would hear from Nathaniel Rowland's mother first.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state have accused our son of a crime that he didn't commit. You
Ma'am,
know,
I'm not going to hear
all right.
any claim of innocence.
Okay,
He's been convicted by the jury.
okay. He's a very caring young man. This is a young man who went through high school, college, played ball, active in his church, never had anything against him. Now, I know as a mother, and a mother knows her child, I know my son didn't do this. I know.
How do you know that?
Sir,
How do you know that?
by the way I raised him.
Pardon?
By the way I raised him. And when you're a mother, and you're a truly good mother, and you raise your child in the right way, you would know when that child had done something,
Okay, here's my thing. This statement usually happens before the jury makes a decision. That statement is what you're supposed to say as a part of the defense, not after you get convicted. Before the conviction, you say these things, not after the conviction. When the judge goes, how do you know? It's a rhetorical question. He's already handed down the sentence. So I'm questioning not so much the mother. I'm questioning the young man and going, you haven't learned to stop putting people in harm's way. And you should have told your mother, Mom, you need to say that during the trial, not during the sentencing. So, brothers and sisters, what have we learned today? We learned that if you're 3 years old, you can pretty much get cupcakes, be on a national televised show, get your mother a trip to the spa, and $10,000. My brother in the courtroom right now, you know what his problem is, brothers and sisters? That whatever crime he committed, I don't know what it is, theft, burglary, God forbid, murder, assault, his biggest mistake that he made is whatever he did, he didn't do it when he was 3. Sometimes say, you're going to hell. So I'm saying, beware 3-year-olds. They could be killers, burglars, murders, but they're going to get away with it because they 3. And they probably referred to their mothers by their first name. I wish when I was 3 years old, I could call my mother Mary. Or my Aunt Maxine, just Maxine. I wish. Satana, do you wish you could have just called your mother by the first name and kept all your teeth? Yes, we do. And you know what? When I'm watching this mother talk to the judge, and she said, I know he didn't do this. And the judge said, how do you know? She should have looked at him and said, because, Your Honor, he calls me by my first name. That's wronger than wrong. So look, hey everybody, I want to make sure I put this out here. We got ISNA countdown coming down, brothers and sisters. It's a week away. Make sure you sign up for ISNA. Register. There's no registration free. There's no registration. First day with a new mouth. There is no registration fee. You get in for free. They got tons of scholars, tons of all kind of Islamic experts. They have a town hall on Friday. I don't know if they advertise it, but they're doing a town hall on Friday, which you can be a part of. So brothers and sisters, make sure that you sign up. So on top of that, I want to make sure I give a shout out to our sponsors. That will be BeFinanciallyIndependent.com. Again, that's BeFinanciallyIndependent.com. You could call 1-888-496-6845. Again, that's 1-888-496-6845. And learn about your finances. Absolutely. If you're thinking about a quality Islamic education, go to Bayan Islamic Graduate School. Check them out too, as brothers and sisters. You can go to bayanonline.org. Again, that's bayanonline.org. Check them out. Got some videos for you. They have expert world-class instructors. You don't want to miss out. And of course, like I said, we want to close out again. And I do wish the young man in the video who was saying, I wish you well, and whatever it is that you got into, I hope that you do learn from that situation, if indeed you did it. You have to say that, if indeed you did do it. And mom, I hope that, his mom is okay, and I hope that the time wasn't extensive. And for little Mateo, I don't know how old you are, man, but I'm going to speak for all of us who couldn't call our mothers by their first name and got to debate our mothers and talk to them and call them honey and stuff like that. I just want to say, Allah likes you because you still living. And don't take it for granted because you probably ain't 3 anymore. All right. So let's close out. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you check out ISNA. We're going to have, hopefully we're going to have some guests on from ISNA to hype up the situation. You don't want to miss it. Like I said, they're bringing in a ton of speakers. It's going to be a town hall. It's going to be a situation, a virtual situation where if you don't get to hear this speaker, that speaker, you can actually go back and watch their lecture. So I'm very excited for them. 58 years they've been doing this. So make sure you get your plates at the table for the 58th ISNA Virtual Conference 2021. All right, everybody. I'm Preacher Moss. That is the Shout Out Show. Linda. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. Linda, listen to me, honey.
Amazing. We're really looking forward to all the speakers from all over the country, some from across the ocean and other worlds, speaking to every segment of our population on topics that will interest everybody, from Islamic issues, educational issues, to giving us updates about situations in Islamic countries throughout the world, and most importantly, how to renew our resolve as we move forward and make a difference in the world where we live. It is so accessible for everybody to attend this year's virtual conference. First of all, there is no registration fee, so there should be no reason everybody cannot attend. One of the amazing things about the virtual conference is at a real conference, you have to choose which parallel session to attend, and then you feel like you've missed out somewhere. With the virtual platform, you can attend the one you want to attend at that time, and later on, you can go back and listen to all the wonderful things you may have missed in the parallel sessions. The most amazing thing for me about this specific convention that is so different from others in the past is that we've scheduled a town hall session on Friday evening to listen to you, our valued members, to hear how we can serve you better as the Islamic Society of North America.